All right, guys, let's check out a new pre-order release. Snapshot in time, depends on when you watch this, but it's on pre-order right now, as of today. This is the Borealis Caloura, I think is how you say it, maybe? I don't know. I could be wrong, I could be right. But either way, this is the watch. And you guys already know I'm a fan of Borealis. I've done 2 Random Rob collaborations with them, and I worked with them a while ago, and actually with the help of my buddy Bruce Williams, came up with a design for that one there on that Adraga to come up with basically kind of a white Explorer looking dial. So what's really cool about these micro brands and Borealis in this case is they have the capability of coming up with watches that are similar to other watches, but incredibly more affordable and obtainable, and they put their own little twist on it too. And that's what we have here with this guy. I have a couple of measurements for you on the top side because of the way the case shape is. So I measured the bezel across at 41.9, so we're looking at basically a 42 millimeter watch. But if you measure from here to here, like you would traditionally do, it's kind of more like a 41.5. So I wouldn't say, although yes, it is technically kind of a 42 millimeter watch, it definitely wears more like a 41.5. You wouldn't think that would matter too much, but it does. The lug to lug is a 48 millimeter. The thickness, I measure at 14 millimeter. You have a flat sapphire crystal up top. Nice case back. 22 millimeter width here. This is a proprietary case bracelet fitment here, so you're not going to be able to swap that out, but it's a really nice bracelet and clasp, so I don't know that you would anyway. And it does taper down to 18 millimeter. You have polished outer flanks and then brushed center. The clasp, like I said, it's a nice clasp. It's very simple. Double pusher, signed, no visible micro adjust. And that's because you have the on-the-fly toolless micro adjust inside. There's a little lever you pull, and then you can just go ahead and slide that in and out for maximal adjustability. The pins holding the bracelet together are screw pins, so easy to size as well. The screw down signed crown is 6.5 millimeter. That will keep you water resistant to 300 meters with that fully screwed in. You have a 120 click bezel, ceramic bezel insert. I'm not picking up any play on it, so that's good. And it lines up. Here's the kicker. I know some people don't like doing the pre-orders. Borealis, and there's a bunch of other brands that do it as well. I tend to actually like that system. You give them 50% down, and then 50% is due when the watch is ready to ship. Well, I know a lot of people don't like waiting, right? I definitely like this method better than Kickstarter. And one of the reasons I like it is because it's budget friendly for me. Like in this case, the 50% down is only $110, so it's $109.99. But $110 down, that means this watch, I'm not super good at math, but I think this watch is only $220. That's insane. That's a legit good deal. Wow. And splitting it up 50%, and then it'll ship probably like March of 25. So you have a few months to recover. You'll get through the holidays and everything like that. March will come around and they'll send you an email and say, hey, your watch is ready to ship. Your balance due, $110. And you're like, oh yeah, that's awesome. I can do that. So, and then the watch shows up. And there's a few different colorways to pick from. There's even a white dial one. This is no date, clearly. The movement inside is the NH38, the Seiko NH38. So it does hack and wind and all that stuff when you unscrew the crown, but you don't have the weird balance to the dial. This one's nice and clean and balanced. You have a nice sharp handset, kind of pointy, running all the way out to the edge. So you can see that, both the minute and the seconds hand. And if you catch the light with them, they're very legible. And there's a decent amount of lume on there too. It should be BGW9 because it looks white right here. So when we do the lume shot at the end, it'll glow with a bluish tone. So maybe you go with the white one or the blue one. But the black one is a good, clean, classic, safe way to go for a watch purchase. Let's pop off my Seiko Monster. And here's a side-by-side in case you were interested in what that may look like. Very similar sized watches, very similar. Let's pop this on my 7¼ inch wrist. Of course, I didn't size it. This is a prototype. It's being sent around for videos. But there it is on wrist. Nice taper to that bracelet. Again, that adjustable clasp. Very easy to use this watch. Let's give it a quick blast of the UV light. Let's turn off the studio lights and check out some BGW9 Lume. There it is. Well done indeed. Very legible day or night. No problem there. Thank you, Borealis, for sending this over for me to check out, and I can share it with you guys so you can make a better informed decision on your purchase. In this case, pretty dang affordable. Well under what most watches are costing these days. So check them out. Link in the description. I'll see you on the next vid.